recorded. Alright, so there we go. We need music. Let me tell y'all something that happened to me at lunch today. I went to Walmart. Of course, I'm in a hurry because all I have is an hour to do my errands and eat. And I bought some chicken. I looked at the date. Not even thinking about what date it is. Now today it should be real easy to figure out what the date is, but I really wasn't thinking. I just looked at the date, and in my mind, oh yeah, that's plenty of time for the future. And then I get in the car after checking out, and I was like, well, wait a minute. What did that date say? I double checked. I bought chicken that was dated 3/14. 3/14. So I got to go back to Walmart and take it back and tell them to get that stuff off their shelf. That's not very nice of them, is it? So I tell y'all that so that y'all can be better than me. And check your meat. Well, I even looked at the date, but in my head I thought 3/14 was in a week and a half. But then I thought, when I got in the car, wait a minute, it's 3/17. What was that date again? And I looked, and sure enough, it was 3/14. So,
You shouldn't have had that on the shelf.
no, they shouldn't have. And they probably got a bunch of them. Oh well, if that's the worst thing that happens to me today, then that will be all right. I just hate having to go back up there.
I know what you're talking about.
Because when I get off, I like to go straight home. I don't like having anything in my way when I get off work. Alright, so we're going to do what we do best, and that is our Tai Chi and help promoting our health and wellness specific to falls prevention. We don't want to fall, but it just feels good to get to do something that's a little bit different. We like the pace where it's slow and we don't have to, feel like we're jumping up and getting our heart racing and dripping in sweat. And, we can make a difference in our health and at a slow pace. That's really cool about Tai Chi. Oh, and if you run around in Walmart for 30 minutes, you need time to say, yay, slow down, let's breathe. So we probably need some extra open and closing of our hands because our weather is so chilly. I went out to the mailbox right before I left for lunch to get the mail out of our office mailbox, and I had forgotten it was cold, but it really is, y'all, and it's going to be cold for the next few days, so remember that when you pick out your outfit to go outside, if you have to go outside, but it is cold today. Alright, I'm getting in my stable stance, and what I mean by that is my feet are about shoulder width apart. They're holding my weight in a stable way. Another stable stance is a staggered stance where we have one foot a little bit further up than the other. And that's the stance that I stand in if I'm in line or if I'm having to stand up for an extended period of time. I get in that staggered stance, and there's a protection factor. If somebody runs into you, you can bend that knee and absorb the impact rather than if your feet were close together and you're standing straight up, then you're more likely to fall. So that staggered stance is a very stable stance. But to do our warm-ups, we have our feet aligned about shoulder width or hip width apart. We're thinking about a posture where our spine is like a string that pulls up and down at the same time, and we're relaxed in our shoulders. We're reminding ourselves to breathe. We're just getting in that Tai Chi mode, being very aware of how we're holding our bodies as we get started. So let's do our warm-up exercises of our major joints, starting with our neck. We bring our hands up, palms down, turn and pull them towards our chin and chest, push away from us, and follow those hands all the way down, chin towards our chest. Check in with yourself, make sure you're breathing. It's easy to hold your breath when you're doing something where your mind is busy. That's when I catch myself holding my breath. Now let's drop one hand to our hip and follow the other as we go side to side. Remember, we don't go as far as we can go, we just go. They tell us about 75%. I don't really even know what that means. I just know I'm not going as far as I can go. I go till I feel a slight stretch, I give a little pause, and then I come back to the front and switch. It's just intended to be a warm-up of our major joints. Our intention is to increase our flexibility. We want to set our bodies up to be able to serve us in our everyday life, not just in Tai Chi class. And having joints that aren't tense and stiff, we want them to be very mobile. And these kind of movements are helpful for that. Excuse me. I always think about that one about when I drive and I look behind me to see if there's anybody back there so I can safely back up, or if I need to change lanes when I'm driving. Now I'm rolling my shoulders. I'm rolling forward first, trying to keep it small, and rolling back. There's Miss Nora. Get her in and check her. If she has on green, then we'll be, everybody today in class will have had green on. I bet she does. If I had a drum roll, I would drum roll until her camera came on. Big shoulder circle. Miss Nora, we're waiting to see if you have on green. I just love that y'all wore green. That just tickles me to death. It don't take much to get me happy and excited. And I just want to remind you on this movement, because I always say big shoulder circle, but we want to come up and stop about shoulder height, and then turn our hands in front of us and then push down. So if we were to go up, that, big up, you'd start feeling some tension in your shoulders, and we want to avoid that. And also, if we went up and then turned our hands and pushed down, then we would cover our face. And remember, we're in this fight we're never going to have, but we still want to be respectful of the idea that it is based in a martial art where we want to see our opponent. So anytime we put our hands in front of our face, then we're blocking our view. And so just think about that. Even in warm-ups, we want to follow principle. All right, let's take out. Oh, you do have on green. Yay, Nora. Miss Linda said I didn't want to have to pinch myself. We got our ball and we're separating, thinking about stretching our spine. Inhale and exhale. Back to our ball and let's go side to side. I want to remind you of our waving hands and clouds movement and how similar it is to this movement, taking our time with the transition and our torso going to towards the direction of the hand that's on top. Now for our hips, shifting weight to one leg. Place the heel forward, hands back, pause in the middle, and then toe back like a kickstand. Being conscious of our posture, remaining upright, don't lean. There's always my tendency, I'm wanting to lean forward when my hands are out. Also keep in mind that your hands are opposite of that foot. So when my foot is forward, my hands are back. And then opposite, my foot's back, my hands are forward. That's a counterbalance, but it's also a cross-lateral movement, which is very good for your brain. So if you feel like it challenges you, that's why. It's working your brain. Yours is asleep. You know, this is a tough time of the day. The circadian rhythm, the natural circadian rhythm of our body, between the hours of like 2 and 3 o'clock, it wants to go to sleep. So we're kind of wrong for having class at this time, but we do what we got to do. Used to, this time was created because I would have to be done at 2:30 to go pick up my daughter from middle school, but now she drives herself, so I don't have to go pick her up from school. And y'all, in 2 weeks she'll be 18. That's my baby.
Soon you'll have an empty nest.
Soon I will, which I'm at my house a lot by myself because she works, she has dance, she has school, she has friends. And of course, y'all know Patrick's away at school. So, and my husband works out of town. So I'm by myself a lot. It's a good thing I like myself. I have been known to talk to myself, or if I get needing to talk to somebody else, I'll go outside and talk to the trees. All right, for our knees, I have my loose fist. Make sure you don't clench your fist. We're going to shift weight to one leg. Again, this is another cross-lateral movement where we place our toe forward, hand, and punch out. Opposite hand, opposite foot. Continue to breathe. Take your time as you shift weight. Think about how strong that leg is. And if you have a little weak moment, that's okay. If you need to hold onto a chair or a table or catch yourself on a wall, whatever you have there that will be stable for you. You may have one side a little stronger than the other. You may have good days and bad days with balance. So don't beat yourself up if you feel yourself wobble a little bit. Listen to your body. I know if I wobble, it's typically because I have on shoes that are too cushioning. I like these flat shoes that kind of fit my foot like a glove, almost like I'm barefoot. But I have that rubber sole to keep me protected from the ground. We never know really what's on the ground. Unless you truly live by yourself and no one is ever there and you have full control of everything there. I like to do crafts, so sometimes I'll drop straight pins. Whew, and I'm always making sure I find that straight pin before I move on. Alright, other one, for our ankles. We did that one where we shifted weight forward. I'm sitting here yapping, not even paying attention to what I'm doing. But shifting that weight forward and back, keeping both feet flat on the floor. And now that step right there is really, really small. If you step really big and you go to shift weight, you'll feel that back heel come up because there's only so much space. Stay small, keep both feet grounded, and come back. And once you have all the weight on that back leg, then you should be able to lift that foot and place it to the side. So Tai Chi teaches us to make things a lot smaller than what we're used to. All right, let's go to our ankle. Heel toe. Bring it back, shift weight, and let's heel toe on our other foot. Man, I don't have any popping joints today. A lot of times my ankles will pop. Shift weight. Now let's go big toe, little toe. You may feel that all the way up your leg because all these muscles are connected. Bring it back, and then little toe, big toe. Give yourself a nice shake, and we are warmed up and ready for our Tai Chi. Now, I want to remind you, I kind of give you a focus each week, and last week our focus was the empty step before the weight transfer. And so we do want, that's in our principles with the body structure as part of our weight transfer. But just to review and remind you of what our principles are. Even in warm-ups, we follow principles, and it just overall gives us body awareness outside of Tai Chi. But principles of Tai Chi are that we move slow, smooth, and continuous. So, we talked about the transition from one move to the next, or within the move, like taking your time with the transition, and that helps with the continuous. Also, gentle resistance, and that's like moving through heavy air. Or something a little easier to compare it to would be in water, how we push through water, and there's just that gentle resistance as we move through water. Water aerobics is a really good type of exercise because it supports our joint and releases us from that impact that we get whenever we're just working with gravity. So if you are able to get into a water aerobics class, that is a really good type of exercise to protect our joints. But in Tai Chi, we kind of pretend that we're moving through heavy air, or you can pretend that you're moving through water. Just make sure that you don't let go of that word gentle. You know, don't make it too harsh of a resistance. As far as our body structure, upright posture, you know, anytime we're leaning, we're going towards falling. So we want to keep an upright posture always. Relax shoulders, but good posture. Weight transfer, just like what I talked about, having that empty step when you first place a foot and then transfer the weight. We slow down our weight transfer by having that empty step, and by slowing it down, we keep weight on one leg longer, and that relies on those muscles and helps those muscles be strong and stabilizing for us. And then our internal experience of Tai Chi principles is song or open joints. And that's whenever I tell you not to lock your joints, specifically your elbows, whenever you extend your arms out. That's when I talk to you about holding your hands away from your body so you have a little bit of room for your armpits to breathe. And also your knees. So we don't lock our knees, we have a soft bend in them. In terms of your hips being open, I don't think that it's possible for all of our moves to really focus on our hips being open. But if you're just standing still, to open your hips, you put the weight on the outside of your foot, and if you experience that, if you try that, you feel your hips kind of open up right there. So that's maybe a little bit awkward of a movement, but if you do want to think about these hips being open, it's putting the weight on the outside of your feet. So give that a try to open up your hip joints. And then finally, Jing, which is mental quietness. And we'll get to that today, where we just practice Tai Chi without talking. And we can just move through and just really experience the movements. So those are our principles. That's just a good review. And we're going to do our basic 6. We're going to do them 3 times. And I'll just call out the names of the movement. All right, so here we go. Basic 6, and begin. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Close it out. It just seems so short after you learn more of the movements. but this is where we get to really settle into our learning and get our first experience with mental quietness. So let's do it one more time, and then if there's any of those movements that you need or want to go over, just let me know. So one more time through our basic 6. And begin. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Oh Lord. You okay?
Yeah. Last.
Now I've lost count. Let's do 2. Let's do 1 and 1 more. Whether that's 6 or 8. Open, close. Close it out. So any of the basic 6 movements you would like to go over? All right. I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to focus. And then we're going to go into practicing our advanced 6. I just like us to feel good and in our Tai Chi movement or Tai Chi mode. And our basic 6, once we learn it, it gets us there. It helps us feel more confident. One more time and commence. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Close it out. Moving to our advanced 6. What I really want you to think about as we practice our advanced 6 is weight shift and hand movement. Because when we grasp the weight shift and hand movement happening at the same time, then it starts to help us really blend these movements, that continuous part of our principle, and we get a better experience with it. So we're going to go through our advanced 6 movements, and I'm going to tell you every single time that there is a weight shift and a hand movement happening at the same time. Alright, so from the top, coming from open and close at the end of basic 6, we have brush knee. Weight shift hand movement. Weight shift hand movement. Play the lute. Weight shift hand movement. Hairy punch. Weight shift hand movement. Weight shift hand movement. Weight shift hand movement. Block and close. Weight shift hand movement. Push the tiger. Weight shift hand movement. To the front. Open, close. Brush knee. Weight shift hand movement. Weight shift hand movement. Play the lute. Weight shift hand movement. Hairy punch. Weight shift hand movement. Weight shift hand movement. Weight shift hand movement. Block and close. Weight shift hand movement. Push the tiger. Weight shift hand movement. To the front. Open, close. You know how many times I said it? I don't. I think there's 2 in brush knee, 1 in play the lute, 3 in parry punch, 1 in block and close, and 1 in push the tiger. So some have 2, some have 3. They all have at least 1. So you see why I'm saying it's so important to really grasp that in the name of continuous and smooth, to shift weight as you do that hand movement. Now in the beginning, you kind of chop it up a little bit more, and that's okay. That's part of learning. But here we are, we're in week 11, and so we want to try to really push ourselves to smooth things out. So with that in mind, let's do it again. I'm not going to say weight shift hand movement. I'm just going to say the names of the movements, starting with open and close at the end of our basic 6, and now brush knee. Play the lute. Parry punch. Block and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Brush knee. Play the lute. Parry punch. Block and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Close it out. So now we're getting more practiced in this, and now it seems a lot shorter. At least that's the goal. If it still feels overwhelming, that's okay. Because they are advanced movements and they are more complicated. Are there any of them specifically you would like to go over? Are there parts maybe you don't see very well? Because I know I'm turned to the side, so you don't always see my movement. Alright, let's do it again. Basics or advanced 6, and then we're going to put all of our movements together So again, our practice today is weight shift and hand movement. Lots of opportunities for that. Open and close at the end of basic 6. Advanced 6, starting with brush knee. Keeping that good posture. Play the loop. Hairy punch. Lock and close. Push the tiger to the front. Open, close. Brush knee. Play the loop. Hairy punch. Block and close. Push the tiger to the front. Open, close. Close it out. All right, all together. Basic 6 and advanced 6. Now, before we get to that, I just want to remind you about specifically this program that we do. This is Dr. Lamb's Tai Chi for arthritis and falls prevention. It's evidence-based for to help people prevent falls, but also to help with the pain from arthritis. It's something we talk about at the very beginning, but one thing of this program is Sun style Tai Chi. So there's different forms of Tai Chi. This one is Sun, S-U-N. And so the features of Sun style Tai Chi is that we're a higher stance. You may see some Tai Chi that is very squatted down. We have some give in our knee and some movement in our knee, but it's at a higher stance. Also, it is modifiable, just to remind you that if there's ever any movement that you feel uncomfortable with or you feel especially unbalanced with, there's always a way we can modify it. Sometimes it's a matter of doing a seated version. Sometimes it's a matter of holding our feet in different ways. So if there's ever a spot where you're like, I do not like that movement, it makes me feel uncomfortable, I'll tell you one in particular is brush knee for people who have either they need a knee replacement, they have recently had a knee replacement. Sometimes when we do that shift weight and turn the toe, sometimes that movement is really hard on people's knees. So a modification that I don't think we've ever talked about on here, is shift the weight and step out. That gives you some more space to work at or work with, and then you shift, and then you take a little bit more time to take that step. But rather than turning that toe in, stepping out. And you can even turn your toe a little bit as you step out. Play around with it if that's just something that bothers your knee. But don't feel like you just have to deal with it. Just let me know. Hey, this movement here, and you may be doing something to cause it, and that I can help you make an adjustment. So that's one of the great things about this program is we can modify it, especially for safety. Another great thing about this program is we have supportive materials. And so I know I've told you that before. I just want y'all to let me know what you need. We have the handbook, which I know I sent Miss Annie the handbook this year. And the handbook's great. It has wording, good information, pictures, information in the back specific to falls prevention. So we do have that. We also have our posters, which are similar to the handbook. The only thing is the handbook stays a little book and the posters fold out to be this size. I have mine in a frame that I got from Walmart. I assume they still sell those. I've had those for a lot of years now. But that's what these are. We have one for our moves that has our basic 6 and our advanced 6, and then a poster for our warm-ups. We also have the music, which is what I play every time. I play mine on Spotify, and it's available on Spotify, but also I have this DVD or this CD. So of course you have to have a CD player in order to play this CD. And then I have the DVD. So this says for arthritis, but it is also the one for falls prevention. It just would have cost more money for him to go have this reprinted. So this you have to have a DVD player for. So if you are interested in any of this, just let me know and I'll be happy to send it to you. Like I said, I know I sent Miss Annie the handbook, and you might not have thought you wanted something before, but you might change your mind. But in week 11, I just want to kind of bring that back up and say, hey, we have this. Because in the beginning, you probably don't know what you might want or need. The music is great if you have a CD player just for relaxation. You don't even have to do Tai Chi to it. You can turn on the music and it's just, Because mine's on Spotify, I finish class and then I get in my car. It connects to the car, and I'm listening to Tai Chi music as I drive down the road. So y'all just let me know. You don't have to let me know right now, but let me know. You can let me know anytime. All right. So let's go to. We don't have much time, but let's do all of our movements together. So I'm gonna not talk. Let's just give that a try. I'm gonna be here to go through the movements. So I'm not letting you, I'm not ditching you to do it all by yourself. I'm still here. I'd just like for you to have the opportunity to experience Jing or mental quietness. I'm going to turn our music up just a little bit. Let's see. Let's go back to the beginning. All right, here we go from the top. And commence. time to do it one more time. Did you like me doing it without talking? Is the music loud? Or you like me to say the names of the movement?
I like for you to say the names of the movement.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. I like it as a test. Like it tests us to see, like, we're going and we're so confident with our basic 6, and then we're like, oh gosh, where are we? What am I doing? So it's a good test. All right, so let me start the music again, and I'm going to turn it down a little bit. It was a little bit loud. Now let's go through our movements, and I'll say them this time. Basic 6 and advanced 6. And begin. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Advanced 6, starting with brush knee.
Oh, please leave a message after the tone.
Play the lute.
Oh, hey, this is Sam Page.
Very punch.
I'm giving you back with the insurance information requested. Feel free to give me a call back at 877-711-2132.
Lock and close.
I would be happy to assist you. But again, that number is
Push the tiger. Open, close.
Okay.
Brush knee. Play the lute. Hairy punch. Lock and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Close it out. So we did that to the music twice, and that's pretty much the pace that Dr. Lambs intends us to do the program. If you do it a little slower, if you do it a little faster, it's not that big of a deal. But we do want to remain slow. This week, if you have a chance to practice Tai Chi and you don't really want to practice our moves until we come back to class, at least practice Tai Chi walking. Even if you're going forward, empty step, shift, empty step, shift. So do those empty steps as you shift, as you go forward, or maybe do the side Tai Chi walking like in waving hands in clouds. Or in our advanced movements, practice empty step forward, shift, follow step, step back, empty, shift, follow step. And then switch feet to where the other foot's in the front. And that's just good practice to help get these legs strong and used to that weight transfer with the empty step. So I always encourage you to spend a little time doing that type of movement throughout the week. All right, any questions before we do our cool down? Give ourselves a little fist massage. Do y'all want or need any of the stuff that I showed you? Alright, well if you change your mind, let me know. You know how to get in touch with me. Let's gather tension, let it go. Gather and release. One more time. Gather, we know what tension feels like. We don't want to live that way. Shoulder circle, not covering our face as we do that movement. Not causing tension in our shoulders. One more. We have our left fist representing our strength. Actually, our right fist. I'm doing mirror image. Our left fingers all together representing our friendship. Our thumb in representing humility. And we put those together. In mutual respect, we say namaste. That's it. So y'all let me know if you need me this week. Miss Linda, I'll be putting that survey in the mail to you. Miss Annie and Miss Nora, Sam has already done y'all's survey, I'm sure, with you. She's a lot more efficient than I am. You probably had it done a month or two ago. But that's okay.
Oh, a survey?
Yeah, it's the one where it's asked you, like, you know, all these questions. If you're in the military, if you're, how do you rate your health? And, 5 pages. She probably did it over the phone. She probably did it in January. But
I don't recall it.
Okay, I'll get with her to see, but I just didn't want you to think I was leaving you out of something. It's just that Sam is responsible for SOWEGA's and I'm responsible for mine, and I've just put it off. So, alright, well, if you need me, you know how to get in touch with me. I hope y'all have a wonderful week. Enjoy all 4 seasons that we'll be having this week. Make the most of it, and I'll see you next Tuesday, okay?
Okay.
All right, love y'all.
Love you too.
All right, bye-bye.